I'm Lynne Adams.
And I'm Michael MacTavish, and we both are here at 1 Cottage Street.
I've been at Cottage Street Studios for about 8 years, and you were one of the first artists I met. I think at Open Studios I came in here, and as soon as I met you, I knew I needed to know you as a painter and as a person.
Thank you.
Because your work is phenomenal, and I felt like I was in tune with it already, and that you and I have been thinking about a lot of the same things over the years. And we may be at slightly different places in our careers, time-wise, but I feel like we are kindred spirits.
I feel that way too.
So.
Lynn is the one that mentioned it first, that let's do a show together.
Let's do a show together.
And wow, that was exciting. It was, I'm really glad that
it's time.
Yes,
it's time.
It was time.
Yes.
We at first selected just a couple of motifs that we might focus in on.
Right.
And I think we kept to that a little bit.
Pretty much. But we
wanted to deviate a little bit.
Yeah,
and
we deviated a little bit.
Yeah. There was a period of time when we didn't know exactly whether we should see each other's work before the show. And so we tried to do that for a couple of weeks.
To not see each other's work. So it'd be a surprise.
To not see each other's work. But that didn't last very long because the curiosity got the best of us.
We couldn't stand it anymore.
Yeah, so we just about knocked down each other's studio doors to see what you're up to.
Yeah. When I work, my studio gets really messy, and I work on everything at once, and it's just my process of experimenting and growing, and I feel like I always need to move forward and try new things because I get restless.
She usually has at least 10 to 12 paintings out that you're working on at one time.
Yeah.
I really like that. I'm more like a 3-painting person. I can go up to her space, and 3 hours later she'll have tremendous development with her work. It's unbelievable. She's very active painter, very enthusiastic, gets into a trance, and is pretty incredible. So I really enjoy doing the show with you. And it takes me longer to do a painting than for you. And I work in just one medium, oil paint, and on panel. I use a lot of palette knife. And it's really important for me to build up texture in my painting. And that's one of the reasons why we both came to the idea of the show for Beyond the Surface.
Beyond the Surface.
We wanted to draw attention to the surface, but we also wanted to communicate that our work goes beyond that.
The surface is really important. It's one of the things I love about paint. And I think we both like to build up a lot of layers. And when you do that, you have things that get kind of covered over, and then other things that emerge. So you get this kind of mysterious quality of the surface.
That's where we share some commonality, definitely, in terms of that process of experimenting right on the canvas and seeing where it's going to take you.
What's really wonderful, I think, about your work is that you can go really close and see all this array of color and texture and all this interesting play of back and forth and warm and cool and things popping, and then you step back and it's a whole nother painting and it all pulls together.
Oh, thank you. That's one of the criteria for excessive of painting is that works both up close like that, that there's that surface energy, and then at a distance it kind of pulls together to some type of story. I have a process where I will scan like a plein air painting or a small studio painting into a computer, and then I'll work it, manipulate it, and change the colors and make it more poetic, and explore possibly another idea that my painting study didn't go. So I revisit images and reconfigure them, and then do a painting from there, usually quite a bit larger scale and format. I'll have a mirror, I'll look at the painting in reverse, upside down. I have binoculars in this room here. I'll look at it from a distance, and I'll be zooming in on a painting?
My process involves a lot of creating and destroying because I'm never happy with the first round. So a lot of times I'll just turn the painting completely around and not look at it for a while. And then I'll come back to it with a new energy and a new idea. But it's never done the first time. And, I might crank out a bunch of starts. And you think I'm a really fast painter. Yes, I can start a lot of paintings really easily, but then coming and finishing them is a whole different thing for me.
We encourage each other to experiment, and I think that was the other part of the show.
Yes.
And also showing at local gallery is that they encourage experimentation to get out of your comfort zone a little bit.
Yeah.
And
kind
that
of
was a good fit.
Push yourself.
Yes.